Yeah, in case you're new here, welcome to the Anispective cast. I don't know why I did a weird motion with my arm. Welcome to the Anispective cast where we talk about Digimon and also villains that may or may not be kind of lame still. Hey, what's going on, Soul? Yeah. So yeah, this episode, I don't even remember this guy's friggin' name. Punch Man, the bird one, just becomes Darkdramon, and he's like, "Hey Masaru, I'm gonna kill you," and that's the episode. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, this is gonna get more interesting. Is he gonna also have like a whole backstory? And it's like, no, he just really wants to win.
He's probably the worst of he's the most irredeemable of the three villains.
Yeah, it's like there's not like an interesting reason or anything. It's just like, he just wants to like win, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll fight you in the city so I can hold people hostage. Don't remember
We're
if
just
it's
doing
3 or 6, but since last week was missed, yeah, it's 3.
we're
Yeah.
just yeah, I was gonna say it better be 3 because I didn't watch 6 episodes.
Oh yeah, 6 would be way too much. Yeah, sorry about that. As you know, I was just like going through some stuff and didn't really like feel that up to it, so I just took a week off. And because of that, that means that I'm watching each of these things, or let me rephrase that. That means I'm talking about each of these things after not watching them for like a week. So
Uh,
I'm going to be very all over the place and probably inaccurate with my retelling of things.
gonna be a short one because the most I did was hit the right arrow key to skip through it to kind of refresh myself.
This episode was okay. It was by far the least interesting. Yeah, this. Does anything really even happen in this episode that's like, oh yeah, the guy turns into Darkdramon, and it's like, you know what? Darkdramon's a cool Digimon. He's a cool one to like fight Shine Greymon with.
I mean, I know a certain thing about Bancho Leomon that maybe implies that this guy will be back.
That'd be a really cool thing, but it probably won't. Yeah, it's like this wanted to show off the Digimon more than anything else, but at least the team lost. It creates more drama. Yeah. That's like really the only big thing that happens is that it's like, oh, the Gizumon turned into a big dumb spear. And it's like, oh, this was Kara's plan. He wanted to bring, freaking Eldoradimon into the real world so that the Gizumon could become a big goofy spear and kill it, because he has more Gizumon here.
Mirage, Galgamon, and Rosemon do nothing to stop it for some reason.
Yeah, although I guess to be fair, is there much they really do against this video of them?
I don't know, just start before the Gizamon even started assembling onto it. Yeah, shoot down or like cut the tethers of the helicopters pulling this thing over to El Doradimon.
Yeah, like there's a whole thing where it's like there's ships that just like float up and they're just like, shooting out these beams to like tie Eldoramon down so he can't escape it. It's like you could have like sunk some of those ships. You could have messed up the cannons,
Well,
Maybe
they
not like
mentioned
straight up kill people, but you could have like done something there.
well, I'm pretty sure at some point one of them is like, "Yo, go stop those ships," and then they don't for some reason.
I don't remember if they say anything. I definitely don't remember them doing anything. It's the ships.
They definitely told them to stop them, but they just kind of didn't.
Yeah, this is those baffling, because it's like the last 3 or 4 episodes specifically were like really, really good, and it almost felt like there was a different writing team behind them. And we go with this one, and it feels like we've regressed, and those people are gone again. And now it's just like everyone's just kind of acting like idiots, and they just sort of do it.
Like, I get it, this had to happen for plot, whatever, but it's like, I don't know, show Rosemon and Mirage Galgamon trying to stop the pointy stick from being put in place. It's essentially just a pointy stick. Then he covers it with Digimon.
I have some
Um,
opinions on some of the Rhyme post 36. Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
but yeah, it's like, okay, so they try to go and like cut the tethers the helicopters using, or the Gizmon. I don't even remember what's carrying this thing in, but cut the tethers, and then they try to, and then like a crap load of Gizmon. Like these Gizmon don't show up until right before Kurata drops it. Maybe have
Yeah.
him launch these early to defend it.
Yeah. It's not really good or bad, just thoughts. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh boy. But yeah.
There is one other thing of note that happens in this episode, and that it's
Mhm.
that Shine Greymon gets the Geo Grey Sword.
Oh yeah, Shine Gron also gets a sword or something.
That's kind of it though. Yeah, it's like we need like Shine all of Shine Greymon's attacks are shoot the guy with a big energy blast. And he's like, I need something a little more discreet so I can fight him in the city. And then it's like, here's a sword.
Yeah, it's weird because they act like this is like a direct power up, and I guess it kind of is, but it's mostly as like another tool in his arsenal, and it's like, okay, you don't really need this super light, you don't really need this a lot, but hey, it's cool that it's a thing.
I
Uh,
like that there's a single subtitle for the shot and it's just sword.
to like how they're hinted at burst mode here, but that's then they run kind of ruins a bit later on. Yeah. I feel like I probably know what you're talking about. Maybe. I don't know, man. But yeah. What are your thoughts on the Geo Grey sword? Oh, how do you... Isn't it such a cool sword, though?
Cool. I I like it. Usually a Digimon has one type of move and it's either ranged or physical. I
Yup.
like it when it I like it when a Digimon has options.
Yeah,
That's that's kind of why I like Seriousmon as much as I do.
Honestly, I'm fine enough with it. I've never been a huge fan of, like, twin blade swords. I think they're just kind of goofy.
I mean,
But
it's
it's
anime.
like, yeah, at least when you're like flying around, it's like, alright, the spinning makes a bit more sense, I guess. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of cool, but like, yeah, it exists. It's
I mean,
neat, I guess.
I mean, like I said, it's anime. It can be silly.
Oh yeah, it
So
sure can.
yeah, it's okay for it to be silly.
There is a character in RWBY that has gunchucks. I've seen weirder. But yeah, we get Sword and he just messes up Darktramon and just kills him. And Darktron's just like, no, I won't stop until I beat you, and then he dies. And
What's
it's like, you know what? That was kind of cool. That was kind of a cool, like, just exchange where they're like, like stabbing their weapons at each other and kind of cross. What's that noise?
test?
Hello?
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay, I'm just messing with my audio levels.
Yeah, that was probably not great sounding.
Yeah, sorry about
Man,
that.
never forget that Ruby exists. Never forget that Ruby just randomly has a scene where, like, all the big bads that are working together finally, like, meet in one room, and none of them have a single, like, just inclination as to what the fuck their final plan is. Like, they're all on board for completely different reasons, and some of their reasons are contradictory with other people's reasons, and no one knows what the fuck is going on.
Think Ruby ended?
Did
I'm
it?
not.
I thought it's still going.
I mean, I heard something that happens in the story, and it's pretty final.
Oh boy, it might have ended. I know. Glad I dropped that show. Yeah, RWBY started really promising, and the actual show happened, and it got kind of bad, but then it got better, and then it got, like, actually kind of good, and then it just went downhill from there, like, super hard, super fast.
Glad I never got into it.
Oh, man. Should we do RWBY at some point? Because, like...
No.
we just do one RWBY episode a week, and it's like, yeah, let's talk about RWBY episode 1, and it's like a 5-minute episode, and we have to stretch it out for YouTube.
I think I've freaking seen the first episode because I'm pretty sure I found RWBY back when it was just a pilot.
Yeah.
Like
It's
she
currently on
fights,
season 9, actually. Yeah.
she like fights a dude in front of a convenience store or something.
Yeah, and the animation's kind of bad, but yo, well, at least that fight scene was cool.
Yeah. Hey, how much do you care about RWBY spoilers?
Are you asking me, Soul, or like just in general?
Yes.
I have been spoiled on a lot of things. I've found that being spoiled on the show is way more fun than watching the show itself.
Okay. Well, okay, so little tangent from our Digimon. I should have talked about this at the beginning of the podcast. Screw it. Okay, so like there's a meme that went around recently because of an episode that came out.
Yeah.
I guess a couple of the characters are in a like gay relationship, and taken out of context, there's like a moment where RWBY goes on like a passive aggressive like rant against them, and it made and like people twisted it into like homophobia, and
what?
it blew up so hard.
Oh
It's so
no.
funny.
Oh. So the insane thing is, I can see exactly why that would happen. Because here's the thing, the creators of the show, like the people behind a lot of like the directing decisions and stuff, I forget who it's like. It's a specific group of people that was like behind this.
Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, some of them have like said some stuff and done some things. And there's like a big, document account from one of the voice actresses or something that was like, oh yeah, no, these guys are real scumbags. They're really shitty about like LGBT stuff behind the scenes. And it's like, ooh. And you say that, and it's like, okay, I don't know if that was the intention, but holy crap, that's way too funny with that context.
No, see, it's extremely twisted out of context because the source is 4chan.
Yeah. Because I'm imagining it's like RWBY, like, oh, I hate seeing them together being all lovey or whatever the crap.
No, not even. It's not even that. It's not even that direct. It's like RWBY's going through like a lot of crap, or like she's depressed or something, and like I don't even have the full context for it myself. But all I know is that RWBY's just like, oh, and we're so happy for you two, and she's all like a passive aggressive and like angry. And then the meme is that people quoted RWBY as saying like progressively worse and worse things.
Oh no.
And it kind of blew up to the point that Rooster Teeth is like gonna change it. even though it's like a 4chan post is the origin, it just twists it wildly out of control.
Yeah, never take what RT says at face value. It became a real garbage corp. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. Jeez, learn out that crap was like the weirdest, because it was like there's already weird things in the show where it's like, okay, like there's main characters that just get into the gay relationship, and it just sort of happens like basically off screen. Like they haven't really like explored or anything. It just sort of happens just out of nowhere, and they just sort of never did anything with it. And it's like, huh, bad writing or what? You know?
I'll let people I'll be honest. The thing the spoiler that I was gonna mention, I'll hold off on it. People could watch the show if they want to get to that part themselves.
Why would you say something so horrible?
I mean, that's not even that's not even what I'm talking about. Something else happens.
No, I mean, like, why'd you say something so
Uh,
horrible is that you can watch the show yourself. I'm not gonna tell you.
well, I
Making
mean,
people watch RWBY.
I mean, I figure people who would want to know are going to watch it. I don't know. This is
Oh,
really not
man.
can't least.
Yeah, that basically feels like the case.
Like
Oh,
I don't.
man. That's not supposed to be what it is, but holy crap. Holy crap. There's so many weird little plot details where, like, just suddenly someone will be like, oh yeah, don't you know about the maidens? The super famous maidens that everyone in the world has heard of and that we've literally never mentioned before now? Yeah, those things. They're, like, so powerful and just, like, dangerous, and holy crap, they're so important. And characters
Oh my God,
are just like, yeah, that thing. Sorry, what are you saying?
uh, not I was just frustrated at my cat because apparently there's something he can do to mess with my cable that cuts out all my audio.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I only notice he's down there messing with my crap whenever I hear audio cut out suddenly.
Oh man. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, the maidens, those super important things everyone's familiar with, they're now just extremely super relevant to the plot, are just suddenly the main pivotal driving force of everything, like 3 seasons in, that we've never mentioned before. Those things. And they make a big dump about how, like, oh, semblances aren't magic because magic is real. They're like, semblances aren't magic because magic actually exists, and, like, it's different from everything we've seen so far that seems very clearly magical and inspired by, like, magic and stuff. But also, it basically is just a semblance. It just does the same stuff anyways. Magic isn't real, but then it is. Yeah, pretty much. Semblances aren't magic. Oh, hey, look, actual magic. What's the difference? Just screw it, it's important, okay? It's very important that you understand there's a distinction between these two distinct things. Oh man, RWBY's so effing dumb. I kind of love how dumb it is, but I don't want to actually watch it, you know? I
mean,
do kind of want to just, like, check out a bunch of the new fight scenes just to get the cool insert songs, though, because at least the fights are still kind of good, usually.
yeah, I don't know. I just saw like the animation, like I had heard the script was like really like cringy, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
You know, there's one thing that will get you interested, and that's, like, seeing, like, a fight or two from the early seasons, because those actually are just, like, straight fire.
I mean, back when I first saw the pilot, I was interested. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this looks pretty cool. What freaking gun scythe? Neat, but like
Just that fight and yeah, sorry, go on.
everything I heard after that, I was just like, no.
Just that fight in season 2 where one of the bad guys just randomly shows up with a freaking war mech. And it's like, okay, yeah, all 4 of the heroes have to just work together to take down a fucking robot. And they're, like, doing all the cool team attacks and doing all cool, like, combos and stuff, you know. There's, like, a bit where Weiss just uses time semblances on, like, Yang, and just makes her go really fast and just beat the crap out of it. So a bunch of crap where they're like, just freezing it and like weighing it down and stuff and trying to like keep it from moving. Yeah, there's like some point where like Weiss just makes a freaking ice thing on the ground and Yang punches it and makes like a smoke screen and it's really cool. That fight is sick as fuck. That like mech fight just rules. Monty's animation got ripped. Too bad his baby got destroyed. Oh yeah, the show. Okay, yeah. Oh man, honestly, even saw like the fights after Monty are pretty good. Like season 3 is some really jank ones, but you know what? There's some good stuff. There's some good stuff there. Like was it like Yang versus Nyan Cat is pretty fun. That's a really good one.
So you have no idea that statement, how accurate. I'm posting something in the Discord. It's the thing I was maybe gonna like just reveal. This is what I've been told.
Yeah, alright, that seems like a big spoiler. Alright, that seems pretty in-game. Yeah. Although it's RWBY, so it could just mean literally nothing. Yeah, that feels so disrespectful. Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't know the consequences of that in this particular setting, but that sounds pretty bad.
Oh man, it sounds like they wanted to do something really edgy and they just didn't think it through. Which honestly would not... Honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Also, like, I'm really surprised they didn't, like, hold back from something like that after, like, the stuff with the recent seasons. Because there's, like, there's some crap where it's, like, there's a character whose semblance is just, like, out-of-universe canonized as being metal or something. And it's basically described as, like, just an acute hyper-focus, which people have, like, very quickly equivalated to, like, a form of autism. And then they turn evil, and everyone got really upset at Rooster Teeth over it. For probably more or less justified reasons, depending on how you think about it. So yeah, that was a thing. That sure was a discussion, alright. Oh, man. This sure was an episode.
So, yeah, we should have finished this episode before we started going on the RWBY talk. Holy crap.
Is there anything else to talk about?
Some Men in Black dudes show up and take Toma off on a helicopter or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
So, what are your thoughts on this episode that we totally actually cared about and had a lot to say with it? Yeah, it's alright. I'd hit, but it's pretty nothing.
Masaru fighting what's-his-face in the city and, like, the other dude being so crazy and, like, evil that he's just like, yeah, collateral damage is a problem, isn't it? But I can beat you up all I want because I don't care.
It's not bad stuff. I just wish they did more fun stuff with it, I think.
Yeah. Like I said, I actually like the sword thing, but yeah, it's whatever. It's kind of whatever. There's a lot of moments where it's stupid. It's like, why aren't you stopping this moment's happening?
Yeah. Oh boy, there's sure a lot of that.
Oh, Barramon gets deleted.
Oh yeah, Baron dies. It's really unfortunate.
Anyways.
Rest in peace, Baron. You will be missed. Unfortunately, you couldn't out-science a scientist.